Early in the morning of August 7th, I went with doctors towards the bombing site. As far as the eye could see, the fields had been reduced to ruins. There wasn't a single living person around. On both sides of the road, there were corpses that hadn't even been covered. They were just lying there, naked. Remains of their clothing were stripped to shreds. The bodies on the ground. You couldn't tell if they were men or women. There were many people like this lying about. We were told to go to an air raid shelter to treat the people who were incapacitated or unable to make it there. We went around attending to those with serious wounds and brought with us bandages and zinc ointment. A lot of people took refuge at the air raid shelter, and you could hear people saying, "Please give me water," or "Please tell my family I'm here." I must have been asked by hundreds of people. For 3 days there was nothing to eat. There were maybe 1 or 2 rice balls distributed to each person. The rice balls were covered with flies from the place where they were being made. The number of flies was unbelievable. I was given a dry biscuit and I ate it, but then I got thirsty. I was told you mustn't drink the water. Of course, at first we knew we shouldn't drink it, but I was desperate and I thought I'd die from thirst. I thought if I was going to die anyway, I'd rather drink the water and die. Maybe it was because one person drank and others thought they could too. And then everyone started drinking. Rumor had it that hibakusha couldn't have babies or that their babies would be born with birth defects. There were many stories of strange, mysterious diseases that they suffered and died from. It sounded awful. People said grass wouldn't even grow after the bombings. How then could a hibakusha expect to bear children? I developed anemia and experienced dizzy spells. When I'd wake up in the morning, I would be dizzy, unable to stand. If I went shopping for even a short while, I would suddenly fall over. Due to all the prejudice towards hibakusha, I couldn't tell anyone about my illnesses. If I exerted myself too much, I would collapse. Treatment didn't make any difference, and there was no medicine. Even if there had been any medicine to treat the effects of the A-bomb, and I had pleaded to get it, I thought there was no chance of being cured, and that it wasn't worth asking for if I would be discriminated against as a result. My youth was spent in the depths of suffering. It was like crawling about the abyss of hell. I even began to think about committing suicide. This was around 1954. About 10 days out of the month, I visit A-bomb survivors in my local community. There are close to 90 hibakusha in the city where I live. About half the survivors are bedridden, waiting for help. If they ask for something or if there's anything I can do to help, I am more than happy to do my best to support them. It keeps me pretty busy, but I find it very fulfilling.